guys? Got Dave here, and I wanted to talk about new versus old bikes, because this is not really the newest bike that I have. You know, it's a 2016, and my 701 Supermoto that I just bought, the Husqvarna, it's a 2018. So technically that's the newest bike that I have, but as far as technology goes, this is the newest bike that I have, because it's got traction control and it's got like rider modes, and you know, like the 701's got ABS, which this has as well, but this you can actually adjust like the different levels of ABS, and you can adjust the different levels of traction control, and it's got like race mode, sport mode, and rain mode. And usually I just leave this bike in rain mode because it makes the throttle like really smooth, and it actually makes it less decel, like when you let off, you know, and that feels better to me. And another thing that it does when you put it into rain mode is it makes your ABS kick in sooner, and it makes the level of traction control, it ups the intervention, so that, you know, because typically if you're in the rain, you know, you're going to want more traction control, you're going to want more ABS intervention, you know, just so that you don't like burn out when you're on the gas, and so you don't lock up the brakes when you're like if you panic or something in the wet. And so that's another thing that it does by having it in rain mode. And I don't know, I feel like that's kind of safer, you know, like for commuting. That's kind of cool. It's starting to get cold, man. Woo! I'm not wearing enough clothes. I just picked up this bike from my friend's dad. He got done fixing it, and it seems like it's all fixed. So hopefully it stays fixed and stays good, and I can put some miles on this thing and just have fun. Just cruise around on an old classic bike, man. But the main point that I want to make as far as like new bikes versus old bikes is I bought this bike and just started like riding to work and back every single freaking day for over a year now, okay, over 10,000 miles now, and I haven't done anything to this bike. Yeah, I other than like I put gas in the tank and I change the oil when I'm supposed to, and I've tensioned the chain like I think twice, and I lube the chain every once in a while. I'll spray it with a little bit of freaking Motul chain lube, and that's it. I got a really good deal on this bike, and it didn't run when I got it, and it actually had an electrical problem, and when you tried to turn on the key, it would just blow the main fuse. And I thought I had it fixed twice. I thought I had it fixed. I was out riding it around, and it took a crap on me, and I had to push it home about a half a mile, and then I thought I had it fixed again, and it took a crap on me, and I had to push it home about 2 miles. And when I got home, one of my neighbors was outside, and he was looking at it, and he's like, "You're supposed to ride that thing, not push it." And I'm like, "I know, dude, I can't figure out what's going on with it, you know, like I don't know if I should take it to the Yamaha dealer." And he's like, no, don't take it to them, you know, they'll freaking charge you a fortune to do that. And I'm like, well, who should I take it to then? He's all, "Dude, take it to my dad." He's all, he used to own a motorcycle dealership like a long time ago, and he loves working on bikes, and that's like what he does as a hobby, is he works on bikes for people. So I dropped this bike off with him about a month and a half ago, and he figured out what the electrical problem was and got it rewired and fixed. You know, like I haven't actually had to do something to this bike because it took a crap, you know, or because it wasn't running 100%. And it doesn't matter whether it's 75 degrees in the morning or freaking 35 degrees in the morning, it starts right up. I don't have to turn on the petcock, I don't have to turn on the choke, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to sit there and be like run, 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 rev it so that it doesn't get all loaded up and, you know, wait for it to warm up. I don't have to do any of that stuff like I have to do with my old bike. This is a fun bike when it's running. It's a fun bike, man. But the last time I rode it, it took a crap on me, and I had to push it 2 miles back home. So at that point, it was not fun. So let's hope it stays good, stays fixed, and doesn't have any more issues. And it's funny because it's like I thought that it would be like so much fun to have an old bike, and it is. Don't get me wrong, it is fun to have like a classic bike. You know, I do enjoy having the R5, but it's a different feeling when I'm out riding it. It's like I'm listening to how it's running, and I'm yeah, I'm like keeping my fingers crossed that it doesn't freaking like take a crap on me. And where this, it's like I'm just talking to you guys, I'm thinking about where I'm going, I'm looking in my mirrors to make sure the guy behind me is not gonna freaking cream me. Yeah, it's totally different thinking for me, and having that R5 made me realize that. But it's definitely a big difference, you know, like when I'm riding this bike, it's hard to motovlog because it's like I'm thinking about like, what is this bike doing, you know, like is it about to take a crap on me, is it, you know, like what's going on? Where when I'm on my new bikes, it's like a totally different situation, you know. I'm just riding around, I'm not even thinking about the bike, dude. You know, it's like, especially with the 4-strokes, you know, it's just like the power's right there anytime you want it. You know, it's almost like an electric type of a power band. You know, it's not like this 2-stroke at all. The sound of it and the smell of it and everything, it's so special having an old bike. It's freaking awesome, dude. You know, like having a true classic bike. You know, not just like a retro bike like the Monkey or whatever, that's actually a brand new bike with fuel injection that you don't have to worry about, electric start and all that crap. I'm talking like actually a bike that like mine, that's 47 years old, and it's got a lot of personality to it, and it makes it a lot of fun, but at the same time it's also a little bit sketchy. Yeah, but I just figured I would talk about that because for me, like for commuting on a daily basis and thinking about traffic and worry, you know, and like I said, early mornings, like just being able to start it up and go and everything, to me, I'd way rather commute on this bike than on my R5. All right, not bad for a little shakedown run. Now I'll go the rest of the way home. Freaking, or actually, you know what? I'm not gonna go home. I'm gonna go back to that guy's house because I forgot to pick up the all the extra stuff from this thing.